Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video that I don't know that I've ever really done before, and that is a reaction video. So today we're going to talk about Kylan and Izzy Darnell. I will give you a little background on them in a minute, but this is really kind of blown up on TikTok, and I think it's kind of relevant for, here on YouTube based on what we talk about. I'm looking forward to hearing your input on sort of some questions that I have regarding just the overall theme. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get into it. But like I said, kind of a different video for me, but I hope you guys like it. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super familiar with Izzy and Kylan Darnell, except for I stumbled upon this side of TikTok a few days ago and, then started watching some of their videos, etc. My understanding is that Kylan, who is the older sister, went famous, I think, on TikTok and Bama Rush. If you guys aren't familiar, there's like an actual TV series, sort of reality series on the Alabama Rush process that goes through. And so I think a couple seasons ago, she kind of went viral for having these really super elaborate Rush outfits that were supposedly valued at like $50,000, etc. So I think that's how she got her start. She has over 1 million followers on TikTok. Her sister Izzy is a senior in high school, so she is a minor. She's 17 years old, and she has fewer followers, but she's still really, really popular on the platform. And she apparently went viral when she basically jumped into a pool in her prom dress or something. I don't know. I haven't seen the TikTok, but that's what I've heard, or so I've read. So anyway, they have, I guess, really kind of taken on this persona of being very flashy and, showing what they have. And, like I said, Kylan went viral because of her $50,000 Rush outfits, things like that. So at least Kylan, and I don't know about Izzy, but Kylan asked her followers if they wanted to see a Christmas haul, to which I'm assuming, her followers said resoundingly, yes, please show us. So this is where we're going to get started. And apparently Kylan has removed, I think, the original unboxing from her channel. However, I do have it based on watching some other creators talk about the video. So we're gonna watch Kylan's original unboxing, and then we'll kind of talk about, I'll stop it here and there and talk about some of the things she's showing. And then really we're going to focus on Kylan's response, because apparently when people were watching Kylan's unboxing, or it wasn't really unboxing, but her doing her Christmas haul, people were doing some sleuthing and things and basically accusing both Kylan and Izzy of having fake items, and then her reaction to that and her response to her followers and to people on the internet for that. So let's look at Kylan's Christmas haul. So apparently one of Kylan's favorite phrases is I hope you're having a great day, not a good day. And so you'll see she starts out this Christmas haul with, I hope you had a great Christmas, not just a good Christmas. And she's in her bedroom, it looks like, in her, PJs, and, just about to show us everything she got, which is just basically thrown on the bed.
A good Christmas, but I'm going to give you a Christmas haul because I posted a video asking if y'all wanted one, and y'all did. So the first thing I got was, because I bought this bag, and I'm really into bag charms, so I got 2 of the Louis Vuitton bag chains to switch up my bag. Love these. And
okay, I'm not a huge bag charm person, but I don't know, the sound of those just sound really tinny to me. So, you know, I don't know if those were some of the things they were accused of being, you know, inauthentic, but we'll get certainly into those items later. So I'm gonna skip, I think, over kind of the next part. She goes through like, you know, some like outfits that she got from Revolve. And I guess my understanding is, I think she is a partner, like she has a partnership with Revolve, which then will explain maybe their use of the platform Forward, which I guess is owned by Revolve. But anyway, so she goes into, you know, some kind of clothing items that she gets from her parents, and, you know, just this sort of throwing things on the ground. And like I said, we'll talk about sort of this whole Christmas haul and, you know, is this getting to be too much and that kind of thing after we go through the video. But let's fast forward to some of the luxury items that she reveals.
But y'all, this was my favorite gift. These Chanel tennis shoes. I mean, come on. And then my second favorite gift.
So I'm pausing it here. I'm not familiar with these particular Chanel tennis shoes. I don't know if they're real or not, but one of the things that people sort of clocked in this particular clip was, and hopefully you can see this, is that the box that she has them in is one of the magnetic boxes, right? Which is typically what a handbag comes in. Chanel shoes come in a shoe box, right? Which has a lid that completely comes off. Just like you think of any shoe box, right? They don't come in one of the fold over magnetic boxes. So anyway, like I said, I'm not going to comment on whether, I mean, obviously I did on the bag charm things. I'm not going to comment on whether or not I think that any of these items are real and authentic. I really just want to show you this then to talk about the video that she goes into next, which is kind of her explanation after getting a lot of very negative and, you know, a lot of comments about what they were showing.
Well, I mean, not tennis shoes, heels. I am obsessed with them. I will wear them all the time. Y'all know I love a kitten heel. So that was like the top of my list. So I was, and then the next thing we got, now, when I opened this, I was a bit shocked, and I am super grateful for it. I love it because I asked for the tweed one. But my mom was like, Kylan, you're not going to be able to wear the tweed all year round. So she got, it's like straw one from Chanel. Adorable. Love her. I can't wait to wear her all year round. And then my very first big girl bag to go with my big girl boobs.
So let me explain the comment there. So in addition to all of the holiday gifts that Kylan and Izzy received, Kylan got a boob job and Izzy had a nose job. So her comment of, this is my big girl bag for my big girl boobs, that's where that comes from. Okay, one of the things that a lot of people comment on in relation to this video, and then also in relation to Izzy's video where she did her haul, which I'm not going to show. Izzy is I mean, I realize that she has put herself out on, you know, on social media, but she is a minor. And so, you know, we're just going to talk about Kylan's stuff. But one of the things that a lot of people made comments about in relation to their videos was how quickly they showed an item and then just like took it out of the shot. Like just a very like, woo, and then, you know, and then like she just drops it on the floor. So anyway.
Over. And we also got, yes, I know.
Again, very briefly, barely shows it. It has an interesting look to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Then we got these two Van Cleef necklaces that I am absolutely Chanel bag / belt. because whenever I go to like football games or concerts, you can't like have like that size, like a big size bag. So I thought that this was really cute to like hold a lip gloss in. But yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, you definitely should wear those to an Alabama football game. Okay, so I think that that's sort of the end of the haul, or at least of the, like I said, luxury items that she displays. So as I mentioned, a lot of people went through, and I guess, you know, people did some very quick digging and looked on, you know, DHgate, which is, you know, I think what a lot of these TikTokers use to procure some of these inauthentic items, and, you know, found them very, very quickly. One of the things I will say that Izzy did reveal in her Christmas haul was basically a, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the really popular pink at Hermes, the light pink. I'm totally blanking on that name that was like viral a few years ago, in a mini Kelly. And there's tons of TikToks that you'll see of people being like, okay, first of all, the likelihood that they would be able to get this bag and, you know, not knowing any history, obviously, that they might have with the store, but I guess, you know, again, I don't follow them. I don't even follow them on TikTok, but, you know, I would assume that we haven't seen, you know, other like, oh, let's go shopping at Hermes kind of things. Like the likelihood that she could get an Hermes mini Kelly in, gosh, you guys, why am I blanking? I'll put it up on the screen because I know it'll come to me after I'm done filming this video. But anyway, that was kind of her one big thing. I think that people were, you know, sort of questioning the authenticity on. So anyway, let's move on now into Kylan's video that she did as a response to sort of the hate comments that she got.
Having a great day, not just a good day. And we're gonna have a little chit chat because it's time to reel y'all back in. And I am not trying to come across as mean in any way, because I do try to come online and be positive and be like a positive light. But
honestly, she's very polite in it. I mean, she's not rude or anything.
like, I don't even know what to say because I don't really owe y'all an explanation, but like, I thought that everybody knew that like people buy like some of my stuff that's designer is real and some of it's fake. I thought that was like an everybody thing. Like,
just want to pause that here. I thought that was an everybody thing. Yeah, you know, maybe in her circles it is. I have no idea. But I think probably one of the things that I've seen the most as far as a reaction to this video is, yeah, girl, like that's totally fine. Like you do you. If you want to have all, you know, replica items, or you want to have some that are authentic and some that are replica, whatever that is, just don't misrepresent it. And I think that people really felt like they were showing these items and they were showing them as though they were authentic items. They didn't say, oh yeah, hey, look at these Chanel shoes, right? You know, in air quotes or something, or these, you know, replica shoes that, you know, my mom got me from wherever or something like that. And we're going to get into the wherever coming up a little later in this video, because that part is going to be problematic for this family.
I know so many people that I go to college with that their parents have like way more money than I could ever dream of imagine having. Have real and have fake. Like, I didn't know that would be that big of an issue.
And again, I don't think it would have been an issue if they had disclosed it.
And so I just think it's crazy because, like, for example, people talk about all the time how, like, celebrities will rent out outfits for occasions and, like, be sponsored by brands and rent out diamonds for a night. Like,
I don't really know where she's going with this argument. the point is that they were showing items that were, I mean, she's now admitting were not authentic, yet not disclosing that they were not authentic. I think it's, first of all, very well, I mean, maybe that's her point, is that it's very well known that celebrities, they're not walking around, or they don't own in general the $20 million Harry Winston giant diamond or emerald necklace or something, right? I mean, everybody knows that celebrities, when they're walking the red carpet or whatever, are wearing jewelry and dresses and things that are provided by the designers so that they get publicity. Same with, jewelers, etc. I don't really think that equates to what she and her sister did. I just, maybe it's me, I just don't see the correlation, because it's not like they're wearing fake jewelry or a fake designer item and then walking the runway and saying that they're wearing Dior when they got it off of DHgate. Like I said, I'm missing the point here, but let's continue.
Like, I have real and I have fake. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I guess I didn't know that this was going to blow up the world. Like, just because my mom handed us some, we got some real things, we got some fake things. Like, I thought that was normal, and I didn't mean to offend anybody. But whenever my mom hands me a Christmas present, I'm the person, I was raised to be grateful for whatever I got. I'm not going to look at her and say.
And this is where I will agree with Kylan. 100%, you should be grateful for what you get, regardless of what it is. Obviously, you can decide what to do with it afterwards, but, I certainly have known some people in my life who have been gifted something that was not authentic, and they very graciously, thanked the person for the gift. Did they end up wearing that item? No, because it didn't align with their own personal values. But, they're not going to be rude and say, oh my God, I can't believe you bought me, a fake bag or something. So, I think that Kylan's point right here is appropriate given the situation. She is thankful for it. Like I said, I think it has more to do with how she and her sister presented those things than to their followers, which is huge and which are very impressionable. And that's something that we're going to come back to.
Give me the card that shows that this is authentic. Girl, I would never do that to somebody. I would look at them and I would be like, oh, thank you, I love it. And I would still wear it. Everybody, I've seen so many people that, are, uber rich be like, oh, I don't care if it's real or fake. Who cares? That's why I didn't think it would be a problem to post it, and I did not know that it would break the internet like this. I have went into Gucci, I have bought designer bags, I have experienced it, but I have also had a fake one too. I thought that was an everybody thing.
Again, I don't think anybody would have had an issue if they had disclosed, because again, they have very large followings, especially Kylan, and would have to guess that her demographic is basically 20 and under, so mostly minors who are very, very impressionable. I mean, not to say that people in their 20s or 30s or even, look at us, guys. How many times do we unbox something that we're like, oh yeah, Amelia unboxed that and I loved it, so I bought it too. We're all impressionable and we all can be influenced, right? That's why they're called influencers. But I think you need to be really, really careful. And like I said, we'll talk about this when you have such a young and impressionable audience.
But I guess not. And it's just crazy because people are commenting the most crazy things about my family. And I guess y'all know more about my family than I even did. Some of it's very far-fetched, but I'm just going to keep being positive and ignore it because the more hate I get, the more money I make. So maybe next time actually keep hating because maybe you'll buy my next Gucci bag. Like, y'all.
And that is true. And, you know, we say that as YouTubers as well. It's like, you know, any comment, whether it's positive or negative, helps our channel, right? Because the more comments we get, the more YouTube, the algorithm thinks that people should see it, etc., and it gets pushed out. And, you know, obviously they get paid on views, so the more people are commenting on it, the more TikTok is going to push it out, same kind of thing. So, you know, she's got a point there. It's like, hate all you want, because you're just making me money.
Oh, I love y'all so much, and I've been trying to be like so positive and so kind on this app, but it's just making it really hard to go on social media these days because whatever you do, people are going to tear you down. And it doesn't really bother me ever, and I don't usually read my comments and care, but whenever like my family gets brought into it and like people are starting to make fun of my family and make up the craziest things, that's when I get upset and angry and defensive. So if this video comes across as like,
and she should, right? I mean, I know that some of us, I mean, not me personally, but, you know, I certainly know of other creators out here who have had negative things said about their family. And that's just, you know, I would draw the line there too. So I agree with her on that.
bitchy in any way. I don't mean it to. It's just, my dad has worked so hard for the things that he's built, and I have lived a very blessed life. And now you got my dad on here, like, feeling bad and looking bad. And it's like, y'all don't have 2 cents of anything. Like, I would never, and I don't mean to, like, sound crazy when I say that. It's just, I would never go on and comment the mean stuff that's being commented on someone's video. So it's hard for me to, like, think about how people would do other people.
I'm going to agree with here too. I you know, I think, you know, we've talked about this in the past about sort of the, you know, keyboard warrior and how people feel just very free from behind a keyboard to say whatever they want, that they would never in a million years say to somebody to their face, you know, on the street. And, you know, I get her point.
Don't believe everything that you see on the internet. And I promise there are a lot of rich people and influencers on here that have real and fake. And I just thought that was common sense, but I guess not.
I can't speak to that. You know, I'm sure there are. I mean, wasn't that the kind of the whole purpose of the Birkin? What was that guy? The Birkin. What was that guy? Is he even around anymore? What was that guy? You know, that Instagram account that was like the Birkin Slayer, the Birkin something, who, you know, was accusing certain influencers and whatever of having fake Hermes bags.
Like, if you think for 1 second that the college influencers that are on here going to frat parties and, like, taking Gucci bags and doing all that are taking a Gucci, like, a real nice Gucci bag to a frat. Y'all.
I thought that was hilarious. And you know what? I agree. I mean, I hope they're not taking a real Gucci bag to a frat party. I've been to many frat parties in my life, and God knows I would not want to set my bag down on any surface in a fraternity house. But again, I think the point is, and you know, she's obviously claiming that there are lots of college influencers out there who also are carrying fake bags. Again, I don't think the issue is, or at least to me, you know, not that they're carrying it. I realize that for some people, you do have an issue with it, and that's fine. Everybody can have their own opinion on that. But I think in general, the issue is more, you know, you should disclose it.
I thought we were smarter than this. Oh, and Miss Tanya, my mom, said that it's not DHgate where she gets the fake stuff. It's actually the RealReal.
Okay, here's where we're going to have a potential legal problem. She said there that her mom, so obviously somebody made a comment about, you know, you got this stuff off of DHgate, And her response is, no, my mom didn't get the fake stuff off of DHgate. She got it from the RealReal. Now, I do think that Kylan was misspeaking a little bit. Let me play the next clip and then I'll explain.
So she like pays monthly for a membership where you can get like secondhand designer and all of that stuff. And that's why most of our like presents like can be vintage and can be old, because it's like secondhand sold. And sometimes people aren't there. On there don't like send the authentic boxes and everything. So
okay, so like I said, I think she may be confusing two different points here. The mom I think the subscription that she's talking to is that like early access. I think Autumn Beckman has that. It's where you pay, I think like $10 a month or something, and you get to see the items 24 hours before they hit the website so that you have first chance. So I think that's what she may be talking about. And yes, she very well may buy things from the RealReal. But what Kylan said originally is that the fake things weren't from DHgate, they were from the RealReal, which is a horrible, horrible defamation, slander type statement here. So it will be interesting to see. I know that the RealReal has gotten a lot of comments based on this. I know that they have, been trying through their PR to combat it, but her, like I said, I think sort of mix up or, misunderstanding what her mom said, or, I'm not going to speak to the level of their intellect here, but like I said, I think she's getting some things confused, but what she said really could be damaging to the RealReal. So like I said, these videos kind of brought up a couple things for me, and I saw the way I found this actually in this whole rabbit hole that I went down was because I saw a TikTok of a mom, and I apologize, I don't think that I saved the TikTok, but she has a pretty strong following, I think, and what she was saying is that what these girls are doing and the type of following they have, that they need to be really, really cautious in what they're saying and what they're showing. And she also talked about this trend of these Christmas hauls that these young girls are doing on TikTok. And I have to say, I agree with her. So I've actually seen a couple of Hannah's friends from back in Kansas City doing these types of Christmas hauls. And, this is kind of where I want to have a discussion, right? Because, obviously we as luxury creators do hauls, and I don't know, I guess I personally see a difference. Maybe you all will disagree with that. But I feel like these young girls, 12, 13, 15, 17 years old, like I said, are really, really impressionable. And one, I guess the fact they feel like they need to go on social media and show all of these things that they got for Christmas, I just think is wrong. I mean, this mom said that if she has some teenage daughters, she's like, if I saw that they were doing that, she's like, I would remove the app from their phone. And how people feel about Christmas, and, I'm not Christian, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I can't really, speak to it. But, I think could all agree that Christmas has really become completely commercialized, and it doesn't celebrate the birth of Christ really anymore. I mean, I'm sure it does to some people, but I think for most of the modern folk out there, Christmas is all about gifts and what you're getting, and that the meaning behind Christmas and the idea of spending time with your family and having that time together and creating memories has really gone by the wayside and been taken over by, overconsumption. And don't get me wrong, please. I know that I overconsume. You know, that's one of the reasons why I did my no buy, low buy year in 2024. But, you know, I ran across this TikTok of apparently this family who I think have 3 kids under the age of 4, maybe, did a live stream on TikTok unboxing 300 gifts for their kids. And, you know, obviously the mom is having to sit there and help the, you know, probably whatever it is, the 1-year-old and the 2-year-old or whatever. You know, the 4-year-old can probably do their own thing, but 300 gifts. And if I can find the picture of sort of the aftermath of this live stream, is disgusting to me. I mean, please, again, do not get me wrong. We 100% spoil our children, and there are, you know, very few things that we say no to our kids for. But I will say that all of my children have a very, very firm understanding of the meaning of money. So while, like I said, while I think that we are good, and I'm not trying to like pat myself in the back about what great parents we are, but I think that you can give your children a very nice life, but do it in a manner where they can still be appreciative and understand the value of money. And, you know, I'm not going to comment as to whether I think that Izzy and Kylan appreciate it. She certainly sounds like she appreciates the gifts that she gets, at least in this particular part of the video, and, you know, saying that she's just appreciative for what she got. She's not going to sit there and question whether it's authentic or not. You know, she just simply says, thank you so much, I love it, and moves on. And I guess, you know, for that, I appreciate that. But like I said, I feel really bad that there are these teens out there that feel like they need to put these hauls out on the internet, and that they need to, yeah, basically flaunt, you know, what it is that they're getting for Christmas, or I'm assuming they're probably doing it for their birthdays, etc. But I'm curious because, and like I said, maybe I'm rationalizing because I have a YouTube channel, that, you know, as a part of this channel, I do hauls. Obviously, I do hauls, you know, about luxury items. I do some clothing hauls and you know, styling. You know, do you feel like they are the same? I guess the reason why I feel like I can differentiate them is that I know that the demographics of who are watching me are very different than the demographics that are watching Kylan and Izzy, for example. You know, my main demographics are people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And, you know, you would hope that those people, you know, are old enough to know that they don't have to go buy something just because I'm showing it. And that, you know, and I'm certainly not showing it to brag or to try to make somebody feel bad because they don't, you know, have the means to do that. You know, I think, you know, I've talked about in the video about why do people hate unboxings. Again, it's like one of those, if it's going to make you feel bad watching somebody do that, and I guess you could apply that same rationale to somebody watching Izzy or Kylan's, you know, Christmas hauls, or anybody else's Christmas hauls that are in that demographic, that they could just scroll past it, right, if it's going to make them feel bad. I just think that unfortunately that particular age group is much more impressionable than, like I said, somebody in their 40s, 50s, or 60s who, you know, has lived a life and understands the value of money and understands hopefully how to budget and, you know, buy things in a smart and reasonable manner that it doesn't put their life or their life goals in jeopardy. I just don't think that, like I said, most of the young, probably women, girls who are watching these young influencers have the mental capacity to make those judgments. I mean, it's the same thing where, I don't understand why these kids, the second they turn 18, I mean, the number of credit card applications that we received for our 2 older kids the minute they turned 18 was ridiculous. And that's a problem, right? Because that's how this generation, is, and probably even the generation before, the generation in between me, so I guess the millennials, have gotten into a ton of credit card debt, right? Because it became so easy for those kids to get credit cards and use them. So anyway, like I said, I kind of wanted to talk about it. It seemed timely. Like I said, we just got through the holidays and, obviously people are showing what they got. I don't get things the holidays. It's not, David and I don't exchange gifts, really. That's not true. I do buy him some things mostly because I'd like to kind of update his wardrobe, so that's the way I do it. But he knows I buy what I want. He's not a spender, so honestly, I have to buy him things if there are things that he wants. He hates spending money on himself. But yeah, I mean, obviously we give to our kids and whatnot, and I never ever expect gifts from my children. I would frankly prefer that they didn't buy me gifts. But like I said, I thought it was kind of a timely thing. And like I said, I would like to get your perspective. Do you agree or disagree with sort of the distinction that I feel like there is between the hauls or luxury unboxings that we do on these channels as opposed to what some of these young influencers and just young kids in general, like I said, just Hannah's regular old, age 15, 16 friends are showing, oh, I got, a brand new set of AirPod Max, and I got a new iPad, and I got the new iPhone, what are we on, 16 or something, and I got, $1,000 worth of clothes from Lululemon and that kind of thing. I think that, and like I said, maybe we shouldn't be doing these things because maybe we are also setting a poor example for these younger kids. Like I said, I feel like maybe there's a bit of a distinction because I know those people aren't watching my videos. I just feel like it's more the videos that they are watching, like I said, can really wreak havoc on somebody's self-esteem. And like I said, I just don't think that they necessarily have the brain maturity yet to know that they should just simply scroll past it because it's going to make them feel bad. One thing I will note, just as a side here, that I think is absolutely fantastic, and I know David was thrilled when he saw this, is that Australia has banned social media for, I think it's anybody under the age of 16, maybe 18, but I think it's 16. Somebody let me know in the comments. But what a fantastic idea. Because it is so detrimental, not just for this part, but we've all seen the horrible bullying and things that these kids are going through as it relates to social media. And like I said, the pressures that they feel and everything that goes along with it. So anyway, let's have a chat in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Curious your thoughts about, the whole Kylan, Izzy, how do you feel about them having inauthentic items and not really disclosing it? And obviously now they came forward and, say, yeah, we have both. And, like I said, I personally could care less what anybody has. And, I am going to do a video on the whole Walmart Birkin thing. And spoiler alert, I actually did order one so we can do a comparison between my Birkin 30 and this Birkin Workin, whatever you want to call it. This look for less that Walmart is selling, so that will be interesting. But yeah, we'll get into that in that video. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know in the comments below your thoughts. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you like this kind of content, which is not necessarily my normal content, but if you do like this kind of discussion and, you know, obviously more talking about luxury items, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you back here and have you join this fantastic community. If you want to keep on watching, there'll be another video over here in the corner for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.